Buhay everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel. And for today's video, I'll be giving you my first initial impression of the Harden Volume 6. So guys, if you haven't followed this channel yet, please do so, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you follow me over at my Instagram account. I usually update there real time on the new sneakers that I cop and I'm currently testing. So hopefully you can follow me there too. So guys, I have here with me is the all-new Harden Volume 6 from Adidas. I don't know the specific name of this colorway, but it has this very light green. They are calling it green mist, according to the box, and glow pink in some other areas, like on the outsole, the three stripes is on like a light pink. It's more of a peach to me. The pull tab has the same color on the heel and also around the tongue part, which has two pull tabs that are color pink. For me, honestly, the colorway is really cool. It has a cool vibe to it. It's very light. It's like a baby green, blue, and pink to it, and some light gray here over at the middle part. Actually, I'm digging the colorway. And before we talk about the sneakers, I'll show you the box. It has this HV V1, which is Roman numeral for 6. Harden signature at the bottom. Of course, the Adidas logo here. It's a black box with some spots. I don't know what the meaning of the spots are. If you know, hit me a comment down below. Let me know what these spots are. It looks like a leopard print, but I don't know why it has this spot. So this is the box that came with the Harden Volume 6. No extra laces inside, just ordinary tissue inside. Before making this video, I actually played with them for about 2.5 hours. So let's talk about the upper materials of the Harden Volume 6, which in my opinion is okay. I would rather to have it some of a softer material. It is not as stiff as the material on the Volume 5, but it has a very stiff feeling to it. It kind of feels like felt, and the texture feels like felt. So as you can see around here in my toe area, there's a lot of dirt already just on the first day of wearing it. You can see there. These are from the sneakers of my opponent, and even at the back part, look how dirty that is. So that's one thing that I didn't like about the material of this, given that it is light color. I wish that they gave us a more, maybe a mesh type that is more fused if they want it to be more structured so that the dirt won't stick that quick on the Volume 6. Look at that. Ang daming dumi, oh. So it's a dirt magnet in my opinion, but I like the color, but it's just that the material attracts dirt that quick. As for the support of the material, that is the strength of the Volume 6. There's a lot of support, especially laterally. The material was not stretching at all. It has a very nice lateral support. Durability of the material seems to be very good. It has an extra layer here, which is more fused on the lateral toe area. And even the toe area, there's this small detail that looks like the ones in the box. And of course, what also helps in the lateral containment of the sneaker is, of course, is the outsole going up here and making that wave design, which I think is really cool. It kind of reminds me of the Pata Air Max. It has the same wave-like pattern on the lateral part. And this plastic, which is not too stiff, but it also serves as a lateral support. It holds you down to the footbed when you're doing lateral moves or lateral cuts, which I'm really liking on the Volume 6. It has a very nice support. Durability-wise, it's very durable in all areas of the sneaker, going around the sneaker. You can see that plastic also goes up around the heel part, which has a very nice detail to it, which is like dots, goes around the lateral part of the sneaker. As for the lacing system, it is a traditional lacing system. So you can see this cord, this is a bunchy cord, which is just for aesthetics, doesn't do anything, just for design. And you can also find it here at the heel part of the sneaker. As for the laces, it comes with a flat lace. You can easily adjust the laces. Although the first time that I laced this up, it was kind of stiff because of the material. But once you play with them, the material heats up. it becomes a little bit softer. So it's kind of easier to adjust your lacing system. And this gray layer found on the lateral and medial part kind of serves as wings that when you pull this up, it kind of pulls your foot down to the footbed and going to the heel part of the sneaker, going to the back part of the sneaker, which will give you a very nice heel containment to the sneaker. As for the tongue, it is nicely padded, nothing too thick. It has a jersey-like material on top. Ventilation-wise, it's okay. It's not too thick, but it's still very comfortable. And speaking of comfort, you can see how many Achilles pillows are inside. The sneaker is actually around 6, yeah, from your ankle going to the heel part. The Achilles pillows are really thick and plush. And there's a rough texture to it so that your heel won't slip when you're doing some moves. And it gives like a cat's tongue feel to it. So when you're putting it inside, it's smoother. But when you're pulling your foot out, it's a lot rougher. So it prevents from heel slippage. As for heel containment lockdown, it has a very nice heel containment lockdown and ankle protection for a low-cut sneaker, given that you get a good size or a right size rather from the volume 6. So this is where it is kind of crucial. On my volume 5, I went half a size down, so that's 10.5 for me. I'm usually a US 11. 10.5 on the volume 5. Volume 4, yeah, from the volume 1 to the volume 5, it was 10.5. But on the volume 6, I got a US 10 instead of a US 10.5. So I went a full size down because on the 10.5, although the fit around the forefoot and midfoot was okay, but there was a little bit of heel slippage. But when I wear the US 10, the heel slippage was fixed. I was completely locked down in the heel. So I really suggest you try it in store. But if you're wondering if it will be tight around the midfoot and forefoot, no. It has a lot of space around the forefoot and midfoot. I believe this is one of the widest Hardens. It's very similar to the fit of the volume 5s. It has a very wide midfoot and forefoot spacing so that you don't have to worry. But I would highly recommend to try it in store before buying. And it's currently available in Glorieta, and I've seen some Adidas store, some posting here in the Philippines that they have some colorways, but be aware that some Adidas people told me there that all of the sizing of the Harden Volume 6 in this colorway came in just one piece. So I got the US 10 already. So I'm not too sure about the stocks right now or if they will be replenishing it soon. But if you're highly interested on the Volume 6, check it out in store. As for the insole, it just has a ordinary Adidas insole that is nothing too special. It's very thin and there's a strobo board inside. And going to the cushion part of the sneaker, you can see it on the medial part. It is a full-length Boost cushion setup, which I'm really liking that they brought it back. It was present from the volume 1 to the volume 3s. Volume 4 was light strike. There was Boost in the 5th, but it was heavily caged and you wouldn't feel any boost or any plushness there or bounce. I was really disappointed with the 5s in terms of performance, but I'm glad that they exposed the Boost here on the medial part. And if you had the Harden Volume 1s and the Volume 2s, it has the same feeling with those. For me personally, I really like the Harden Volume 1s in terms of the cushion, the fit, the transition, the heel-to-toe transition. I really like how the Volume 1s played, and this kind of reminds me of the Volume 1s. For the cushion, you really need to break it in first in order to have that impact protection. And there's a slight bounce in the forefoot given that this Boost is not too thick. So it gives you a slight bounce at the same time, some plushness or impact protection in the forefoot. But on the heel, impact protection is good enough for a very low profile sneaker. You are very close to the ground with the Volume 6. So if you're into that, you will like the Volume 6. If you like that kind of setup, which is low to the ground, but with a very nice subtle bounce in the forefoot and a nice impact protection on the cushion of the sneaker. Another thing that helps out in the stability of the Volume 6 is how wide it is. You can see how wide the Volume 6 are. The width is kind of similar to the Volume 5s, which that part of the Volume 5s I like because of how stable that was, but basically that's it on the Volume 5. And they carried over here on the Volume 6. It's really wide, very stable. Even on the heel, it's still very wide. For the heel to toe transition, it has a nice curve in the forefoot. And when I was running up and down the floor with the Volume 6, it was smooth. I like the curve on the heel too, so that when you're a heel striker, it has a very nice heel strike here. Then before you go on a quick move on your forefoot. So basically, heel to toe transition on the Volume 6 is nice. It's not too flat or it's not too much of a slapper. So I like it. Let's move on to the outsole of the Volume 6. It features a herringbone pattern from the tip of the outsole going to the heel part of the outsole, which I like. They got rid of the Volume 5's web-like design, which was data-driven, but the traction of the Volume 5's was really bad. That's why I'm really glad that they used this kind of rubber, which is more flexible, but at the same time very thick, and it has a herringbone pattern. It was gripping really nicely on the floor when I played, and there's enough spacing. I think outdoor use will be okay with this rubber, but there was some scuffing. I don't know if it is because I stepped over someone here. The rubber kind of tore here on the 3 stripes, but on the herringbone pattern, it's still very much intact. And I was playing in a so-so floor. It wasn't too clean. There was a little bit of dust present, but it was still gripping really nicely. There was a squeak to it, especially after breaking in the traction. Start, it has a small squeak or a little squeak, but the more that you use it, you will hear a louder squeak eventually. There's a plastic stability piece here that you can see it protruding around the midfoot part of the sneaker. It gives a very nice spring back to the sneaker, and of course giving the sneaker a very nice torsional support. So that's it on my initial impression review on the Harden Volume 6. I'll be continuing testing the Volume 6 more. I'll let you know in the full performance review of the Volume 6, but as of now, let me know what you think about the Volume 6, guys. Do you like it? I actually like the aesthetics right now of the Volume 6 and how it plays. It reminds me, like I said, with the Volume 1s. So let me know down below if you are planning to cop this. So I copped this over at Adidas Glorieta. If you missed that, and I think it's available too in other Adidas flagship stores, like for example, BGC and Robinson's Place, Ermita. I think it is available here in the Philippines. So the price of the Volume 6 is 7,000 pesos or around 140 US dollars. So this has been MARKCHES. Once again, thank you for dropping by this channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.